from Los Angeles, California, for the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who's completely nude from the waist down and is currently using some mayo, chili powder, and cheese to transform his boner into a Lotang. That's Geoff Clark.
Oh, man. A little elote erection. Thank you for the introduction.
And beaming to us from the business end of a glory hole, the bearded, slobbering booger eater known as Shuddyboy.
Yo. Which end is the business end, you think?
The one being penetrated.
Okay. I was afraid you were going to say that.
That's my least favorite side of the glory hole.
Yep, there was a 50-50 chance it was going to be really bad for me. So.
It's my turn.
I don't know. I think the odds of it being really bad for you were greater than 50-50, actually.
Well, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
There was no way I wasn't going to be on the dick-sucking end of the glory hole.
Oh, it's called business end. Business end, all right?
Also, you could back your fanny up to the hole and get porked.
Oh, yeah. I usually fast forward to that part, actually.
Oh, boy. Well, Shuddy, I feel like you had a mild adventure. But it oddly got
if
cut
it classifies
short.
as mild for a total of around 3,300 miles traveled, then yeah, it was mild.
Oh, yeah. I could skateboard that.
Yeah, when we biked down the boardwalk, it was pretty close to that when you were around.
Yeah, we went all the way from, like, Redondo Beach to Hermosa Beach.
Yeah,
I think we went to Manhattan Beach, didn't we?
We went from Redondo to El Segundo. It's like it's a completely different zip code.
That's like 4,000 miles.
It's a lifetime away, actually.
So yeah, 4th of July, my father and I flew from Philadelphia to Dallas. Spent 4th of July there. Had dinner at Mariano's Mexican restaurant, the claimed birthplace of the frozen margarita in 1971.
I don't know. We were talking about this, actually, not to jump too far ahead, in the 626 night market, but one of these vendors sold fried ice cream, and I was telling these guys a story how my father had this ridiculous claim that he invented fried ice cream in upstate New York at this Mexican restaurant called Garcia's back in the 80s. And growing up, like, I just accepted it. And like when I got to like I just moved out of my parents' house, I realized that he was probably full of shit. And I feel like that's a very similar thing going on here with the frozen margarita. Like, can you really trace the origins of the frozen margarita back to this place in Texas? Are you Google searching it? Is this possible?
I am looking at an article from the Smithsonian Magazine that actually names Mariano's in Texas as the birthplace of the frozen margarita. And let me tell you, I have never had a more delicious frozen margarita in my life. However, Shuddyboy's tolerance is way low.
That's cool. So
mine's
a frozen margarita and a half, and I was lit the fuck up.
Hey, let's go find some strippers.
It's doing some cocaine with your father, going to the strip club.
Hey, Dad, you ever thought about robbing a bank?
But then we went with my aunts and uncles to watch fireworks. And then on the 5th, me and my dad packed up the moving truck with the furniture, and I convinced him that we should leave for Savannah. And we drove to my sister in Savannah, which was 1,100 miles.
Was
How
that
long
not
were
a part
you-
of the plan?
No, it was a part of the plan, but I'm very fucking salty about it because even after adding 3 unplanned pieces of furniture that I selected to bring home, my sister still had more items in the moving van than we were moving back to Bethlehem. So we went 800 miles out of the way because Robin needed more stuff than us.
And this was your grandpa's stuff.
Yeah, my grandpa and grandma's stuff.
So
So
she
I
called
was
dibs on a
very
bunch of
salty.
stuff and got it just delivered to her when you had to be the delivery man?
Yes, we were the moving company for her to move an entire bedroom set, including a 4-poster queen bed.
You know what? I really
And we
feel
will
like
get
I
to
should
that.
be taking Grandpa's He-Man display case. That should be mine.
We will get to that point because I almost ripped her head off when we got to Savannah. But in between there, I got into a little altercation with a Karen at a Whataburger in Louisiana.
That
Oh,
could
man.
have turned into life-threatening.
Yeah, Karen's in Louisiana pack
no.
heat.
I mean, it is possible
Sure, her husband definitely does.
No, she was there with her parents, and she was, pardon my use of the word, but she was a straight up cunt. And after listening to her be cunty for 10 minutes, I made a comment to my father under my breath, I thought.
Boy, what a cunt, huh, Dad?
I didn't say that, but she only heard enough of what I said to think I was taking her side.
Oh shit.
So
And then
you had to be like-
to your father, and she didn't pick up on it.
So she turned around to us and she looked at me like she was going to get me like agreeing with her and goes, "I'm not being unreasonable, am I?" And I paused for a second and I went, "Actually, yes, you fucking are."
You are, you stupid Karen.
Because what happened was they gave her the wrong order. And she said something to them and then yelled at them because she kept giving them her special order incorrectly. And they weren't understanding. She kept saying, "I'll take a junior double with cheese, extra meat, plain." So it sounds like when you say it that way, you want a plain triple cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Or a plain quad. She said that twice, and they looked at her like she was speaking Chinese. When she said it the third time, they repeated it back to her, and she lost her fucking mind. She's like, "That's not what I said. I want a junior double with cheese plain." And they were like, "Okay, fine." And then they kept coming back, trying to figure out, talking to her, asking her, trying to figure out what she wanted because she made it so fucking confusing. So I looked at her and I said, "I've just listened to you give them your order wrong 3 times. I don't know how you expect them to know what you want when you don't fucking know what you want." And she got all flabbergasted and turned around and was mumbling under her breath. Me and my dad finished our burgers. Then they finally brought her food out and we left.
What a real dickhead move from you, Shuddy. I mean, she told you she wanted a junior cheeseburger plain with extra meat. She told you. And yet you guys can't figure it out. It feels like Whataburger Karen isn't the right here. And you guys, not you guys.
Because she
Whataburger
wanted
needs to
just
figure
a
this
junior double with cheese plain. She didn't want extra meat, but she told them she wanted extra meat 3 times.
And she didn't want the extra meat.
Correct.
What an idiot. I wanted a junior double with extra meat, but then remove that extra meat patty once you make it.
Because that's what they brought her. They brought her a junior double with cheese, extra meat. And
on the
that's
side.
No, it
Put
was
the
on
patty on the side.
So the first burger they brought to her was a junior double plain with cheese and extra meat.
That's not
She
what she
went up
asked
to-
for, though.
And she got pissed off that there was extra meat.
Yes.
Why not just discard that extra patty and then eat your sandwich as normal. Like, it doesn't have to be remade to remove a piece of meat.
No,
I would say the same thing about onions.
Onions are a little bit different.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's just meat on top of meat.
What's she gonna do? What's he gonna do? Make her meat taste more like meat?
How many people were in the line behind her?
Well, while I did jump to Whataburger's defense in this case, they were fucking around because there were 2 customers that ordered before my father and I that I don't believe got anything complicated, but somehow our food came out, we sat down, and we're almost done eating before those 2 orders were filled. But they were also dealing with this lunatic woman at the same time, so this all started after we got our food. So we were sitting down when this all started going sideways for her.
Man, I'm like experiencing PTSD after spending like 2 years working at a McDonald's in my younger years.
Yeah.
Just the fucking utter nincompoops. The people that are regulars at McDonald's are the most extreme cases of the perfect crossover of utter brainless stupidity and undeserved bravado. Like the biggest morons that are just so sure they're the smartest person in the room. And Christ, are they annoying to deal with. Same thing like Shuddy was saying. Like, people order things in this weird, convoluted way. You give it to them exactly how they ordered it, and they're like, this isn't what I want. I'm like, well, it is, you stupid asshole.
My favorite was always a supersized meal with a water. I love that.
Oh, I loved it when they were like Diet Coke. Like, oh yeah, that'll undo like the 3,000 calorie burger and fries you just ordered.
To be fair, it is understandable for someone to walk into a McDonald's and feel like they're smarter than everyone working at McDonald's.
I was actually talking about that today, earlier. Like,
right?
Because the people,
Makes sense.
The thing that sucks is, yeah, everybody just assumes that. Like, if you end up working at McDonald's, it's like, oh, you're only here because you're such a failure.
Yeah. Or it's your first, it's like one of your first jobs, something like that.
Yeah, it's either your first job out of high school or you're one rung away on the ladder from homelessness.
Yeah, you're definitely not like paying for Ivy League tuition with your McDonald's hourly wages.
That's and people automatically just assume they're better than you and talk down to you and just treat you like shit. And I didn't give a flying fuck. When I worked there, I had so many customer complaints on my shifts because I didn't take any shit. Like, they weren't called Karens back in the day, but I suffered no Karens.
Nice.
Like, you're not trying to game the system on me to like get free burgers or whatever shit you're trying to pull. I've told this story before. This lady that like ordered a cheeseburger, and then when I gave her the cheeseburger she ordered, she's like, this hamburger has cheese on it. I'm like, yeah, that's what makes it a cheeseburger and not a hamburger. She's like, well, I didn't want cheese on my cheeseburger. I'm like, should have ordered a hamburger.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So I was like, all right. So I threw it in the trash and called back to the kitchen. I was like, just need a single hamburger. It got made, wrapped, slid up the thing, landed in like the little heating pad bin that they rest in. Gave it to her, and she goes, I saw what you did. I was like, what? What did I do? She's like, you just took the cheeseburger I gave to you, opened it up, peeled the cheese off, and rewrapped it. I was like, what? What sort of drugs are you on? I threw that in the trash. This is a fresh one that just got made. She's like, no, it isn't. I want a new one. And I'm like, you're not getting one. You're eating this. You're eating this or you're eating nothing. She was like, I need to talk to your manager. And I was like, I am the manager. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's Ronald McDonald's card. You call him.
Yeah, you can eat this, or you can shove it up your fucking ass, or go get gangbanged by the Fry Guys. I don't care. Take your pick. But you're not getting another burger.
I don't know how this came up yesterday, but me and my brothers were talking and debating whether or not McDonald's is the most recognizably American company in the world. I think it is, right?
Either that or Coca-Cola.
Yeah, or I guess Nike, perhaps.
That's also, they all make Nike shoes, so.
Right. Is there a chance Disney's ahead of all of them, though? We're trying to, the one like I guess deal breaker, or the one like I don't know thing that would make one argument conclusive compared to the other ones would be
Some
like,
might say it's Mad Scientist Party Hour.
we are multinational. Who does China fuck with, right? Like, does China allow? China has a Disneyland, right? They have McDonald's there and Coca-Cola.
Yes,
I think they do, right?
Mm-hmm. And Nike.
Okay, well, yeah, but I think they have like their own version of Nike, or they have like a shoe company that's bigger than Nike in China, actually. Whereas nothing's bigger for athletic shoes in America than Nike, or really anywhere else in the world. But didn't they pay either? I think Dwayne Wade and Klay Thompson, two basketball players, got like epic Chinese shoe deals.
Isn't
like
Dwayne Wade a
So
pharmacy
did,
in New York?
Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, he plays for China, actually, a Chinese team. But that was like
The largest market share in footwear manufacturing in China include Yuyan Industrial. These are shoe manufacturers. And that it means nothing to me. I don't know what I was. Bell International, shoe brand,
back to Whataburger.
women's.
Though.
Sorry. Back to my trip.
I am interested because I feel like I might have had Whataburger once when I was driving across country. But is it better than In-N-Out? Do you think? They have more variety, right? They got like
They do have more variety.
Shuddy, how did you just get so loud all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Huh.
A while ago, I realized the microphone was twisted the wrong direction, and I spun it around, so it was...
It's something to do with Kevin's rig, whatever. Let's just keep going, Shuddy.
Yeah.
The last
Fuck the
couple
levels.
of times I've been to Texas, we've gotten Whataburger, and I enjoy it. It's a good fast food burger, which I didn't realize that In-N-Outs had made it to Dallas.
Yeah, it's Texas now.
Yeah. But Whataburger is good. I had a mushroom Swiss burger that was delightful.
Yeah. Well, good thing that Karen didn't ruin that one.
Nope, she did not. And their fries are really fucking good, too. They have a solid French fry.
I feel like they have onion rings. Do they have onion rings?
I don't know. I didn't. It was 10 o'clock. I had already been driving for 5 hours. I was bummed out that we didn't find stop at a barbecue spot and that we couldn't go to a Cajun spot because they were all closed because it was too late. So I was a little bit of a salty Sally that we were just settling for Whataburger.
A salty Shuddy, if you will.
Yes.
If I had to put my Whataburger uniform on and help out with that situation, I would have broken it down as simply as it could. It's like, all right, we got a top bun, we got a bottom bun. What do you want in the middle? What's going on?
Yeah, how many pieces of meat are we putting on this? Tell me.
Yeah, what's going between those buns? 2 pieces of meat and a slice of cheese? Perfect.
All right, dude.
Now we all understand what's going on. I will be back in 30 seconds.
Yes, because more than anything, I don't want to see you again. I want you to eat your burger and leave. That's what so what do you want on it? You know?
Oh, real quick, Geoff. I did just Google fried ice cream, which I was guessing the earliest incantation of would be tempura ice cream. Because that counts. It's fried.
Does it say anything about Garcia's in Colony, New York? And does it give you anything about William Clark? Any of that?
It doesn't, but it does say something about the Chicago World's Fair in 1893.
Yeah, my father was born in 68.
Yeah, they just beat him.
Son of a bitch. Chicago World Fair. I heard it was cracking, though, actually.
Yes, it says some people say it all began at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893. Others give credit to a small company in Philadelphia which began making the dessert near the end of the 19th century. Still others assign its creation to the Japanese tempura restaurants in the 1960s. So even at the latest possibility, I think it still beats Garcia's in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't think my father was ever in Japan. Whatever. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time he's lied.
But
Probably won't be the last.
he did invent the high five. That is true.
He made outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
I do believe him when he says he invented the iPhone, though.
To be fair, the only place that I had tried fried ice cream up until that point was Garcia's in Exit 2 in Colony, New York. So I didn't really have a counter argument up until I was like 18. I didn't know.
Shuddy, was there anything else memorable from your trip?
Yes, actually. So we get to my sister's, and like I said, we drove through the night, 15 hours, only 3 of which I wasn't behind the wasn't behind the wheel, not behind the driver's seat, not in the driver's seat. And she did not move any of the furniture that was currently in her bedroom out, so we could move the new furniture in. So we were literally moving people, and I was livid. For 10 minutes, I just stood in the living room staring out the window, not saying a word to anything. I was so fucking angry. I
didn't come on this road trip to do stuff.
I just stood there like this.
Did they pick up on your passive-aggressive anger?
Yes.
Pick up.
Yeah,
did they sense that everything wasn't okay with you, Shuddy?
Did somebody come up and ask what's wrong?
I believe the reaction was expected, because about an hour before we got to my sister's, my mom called my dad, and I could only hear his end of the conversation, but part of it was, oh, he's been great. He's been so calm. He's kept his cool this entire time. I don't think he's going to lose his cool.
He didn't flip out on any Karens at Whataburger?
And he looks at me and he goes, so apparently your sister is not as prepared for our arrival as we expected her to be. So I need you to not lose your temper. And I walked in there and all the dressers were full of shit, nothing. And she was sitting there watching Netflix when we walked in. And my fucking steam was pouring out of my ears. I was so angry.
She was watching Netflix prior to your arrival, but what would you have preferred her to be doing? Like burpees in preparation of picking up furniture?
Or me emptying the furniture?
I'm 1,000% behind Shuddy here. 1,000%.
She could have taken the drawers out of the dresser. She could have cleared off the dresser.
Wait, you were moving her furniture
out?
out?
At all. When I'm gathering, Shuddy drove to her house and had to help her pack and move everything.
I thought you were dropping off furniture for her.
We were.
Oh, but you were also taking some.
She had bedroom furniture in her room that needed to come out, so we could put the new furniture in. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. And then I'm 1,000% on your side.
Was that was going to be done when we got there, but she had friends come down to visit and party for 4th of July weekend, and then was watching Netflix when we arrived.
How long has your sister been living in Georgia?
2 years.
Does she have a husband or a boyfriend she's living with?
A boyfriend.
So where was this fucking guy?
He was at work.
What a bitch.
Were you mad at him?
No. I love Gary.
It's not like she can move the furniture herself.
Oh, come on, Gary. Seriously? Work?
My sister is a very type A personality.
Okay. Huh. That's not a bad thing.
So if she thought it wasn't a big deal, he was probably convinced it wasn't a big deal. Gary's a great guy. He's super nice. He's a little bit nerdy. Well, he's a lot nerdy, but he's nerdier on things that...
So are you saying she's an alpha and he's a beta? Is that what I'm getting at here? Is that what
I'm trying to...
You're not trying to say that, but you're saying that. We love Gary. Hey, we're a pro Gary podcast.
My sister, like when she had boyfriends when she was younger, she was the type of girl that drags the boyfriend, like literally physically drags the poor kid along with her. So that's what I mean. My sister's a stone cold bitch is what I'm trying to say without saying it.
Well, It's a good thing you didn't say it.
I love her to death, but so when you have her and me, like her and I go at it, and usually it's because she's overreacting about something and I'm being a smartass about her overreaction.
Really, Robin? Netflix? Well, I mean, come on, it's Bridgerton. You never watched Bridgerton? Look how sexy everybody is.
Season Peaky Blinders.
But then I took a nap and things were better. And then that's when we went out in Savannah where I got delicious ice cream and more He-Man toys.
Well, it's a good thing you had some things in tow.
Because I even said to her after we finished moving everything around, and I said, well, now that that's done, you've got to figure out where here's this toy store I want to go to. That's what we're doing tonight. That is your payment to me.
Since you were watching Netflix, you now have to give me $20 for toys.
No, I paid for all of my toys. She just had to facilitate getting to the toy store.
She had to be the toy store Sherpa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of your Netflix insolence, you now must direct me to your nearest toy store.
I think that's I think she made out in the deal, really.
She did. But that Leopold's ice cream in Savannah was fucking amazing.
Got your wee-wee hard?
We had to wait in line for an hour outside to even get our ice cream.
Jesus.
How hot is it in Georgia right now? Wait outside for an hour.
It was in the high 80s with high humidity.
Yeah, that is not a fun humidity.
80. No, it was not a fun 88 degrees. No.
Fuck. Jeez. Well, at least you got some toys and ice cream out of it.
Yeah, for real. And then we drove back home. I convinced my dad to leave at 3 a.m. And then we ended up sitting in 3 hours extra worth of traffic because of accidents and such. So instead of taking 12 hours to get home from Savannah, it took 15 and a half.
Yikes.
Well, you were able to come on last week's Crafter, Geoff.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out on Patreon if
yeah,
because
originally what was supposed to happen is we were supposed to get there 4th of July, stay the 5th, leave the 6th at some point, drive to Savannah, stay in Savannah a day or so, and then come back either Thursday, like leave late Wednesday, early Thursday, or leave sometime on Thursday. And we condensed it down to 4th of July in Texas, packed up, left on the 5th, got to Savannah, stayed for a couple of hours, left very early on the 7th, and got home Wednesday night.
Well, hey, are you excited that you sped up the whole trip or your timeline?
Yeah, I was glad to get home. I mean, it was as sped up as it could be in a moving truck that only went 75 miles an hour, which happened to be
I had lots of toys to play
basically the speed limit all the way through the South. So it wasn't even like we were making any time.
Oh, yeah, the speed limit's high road down there, isn't it?
Well, I mean, here on the turnpike in Pennsylvania, the speed limit's 70. The other roads are 65 or 55 still. Down there from Texas to Georgia on the interstates, it was either 70 or 75 miles an hour was the speed limit.
I thought I saw one in Texas like in the 80s. Maybe I'm tripping. I know in Southern California, it's just as fast as you can get going.
Just like 35 miles an hour tops.
I
shouldn't say that. I mean, that one time that I drove from Kevin's to hang out in Long Beach with Melvin. The traffic is so weird there because it'll be a dead stop. You'll be creeping. And then all of a sudden, everybody's doing 80, 90 miles an hour for a mile or two, and then back to doing 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. I hit 95 for a few miles, a few exits in the 605 going up to the 626 night market to meet Kevin this weekend. So, but yeah, it was like you said, it was hit 95 for a few miles and I'm stopped. It's weird, but yeah, it feels like there's no laws or speed limits in the freeways here in California.
So let's get to the night market.
Yeah, how was the night market?
I thought it was standardly awesome. I mean, it was, I feel like, a little busier than usual. We didn't go last year, obviously, because of the lockdown. And for me, like, I didn't remember, like, the usual way we go, I guess. And there wasn't a lot of signs. And we just drove up to, like, the Santa Anita, the racetrack and the 626, like, night market big sign, like, welcoming sign. But, like, the road to get into it was, like, closed off. So we ended up parking at the Westfield Mall, which is, like, a mile away from, like, probably a half mile away from, like, the actual Santa Anita Park where they're holding the 626 night market. So that was made, like, getting in and out an extra clusterfuck. And it was really annoying, like, trying to find my car afterwards. And
Did you have these issues, Kevin?
No.
Yeah.
Because I got there a little bit before Geoff did. So we were able to get a pretty close parking space. But the one thing that was different this year, so I thought it was actually going to be less crowded because they announced on the website, you usually just show up there, you pay $5 at the turnstile and go in. But this time you have to buy them ahead of time online. So they were saying that, and like you just show up whenever you want. This time they staggered it. So you could either buy tickets to go from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to midnight. So being that it's a night market, we got tickets for the later one. And there was a massive, massive line to get into the actual event, which in itself is nothing but lines. So it initially,
that's the worst part of a food truck festival.
Yeah, it was a bitch, and like they even said, like, yeah, we're doing it online this year because, you know, we want to keep like a cap on the attendance so it's not too packed. I don't think I've ever seen it this packed. It was insane. And we were online for, I don't know, 45 minutes before we even got into the fucking place.
So
in line.
Did you guys meet up to wait in line?
I was actually standing on top of the line, Geoff.
No. We just met we met them. Are you saying us? Like me and
you two?
I went with Cheech, and then we met with Kevin and Rent.
So were Kevin and Rent already in the market when you got there? So you had to wait in line also?
Well, that's the thing, is that he was telling me about some epic line he was in after parking. So, like, it took me, like, I got there at 8:15. I mean, like, at the venue at 8:15. I didn't get out of my car and start walking until, like, 9:30, like, 9:15. You know what I mean? So, like, I thought, like, am I going to, like, just miss this whole fucking thing? like, am I just going to miss everything? But there was, like, no line. There was pretty much no line to get in for me.
All right, so you got there right at 8 o'clock, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
And you got there fashionably late.
So but I feel like we got there a tiny bit late. That's why I was so surprised, because it sounded like when I parked, I immediately texted Geoff and was like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just sitting in fucking traffic around the corner." So I thought he was just literally around the corner waiting to get directed, because we got waved in. This guy just like waved us to turn. So we turned down this thing, immediately parked, and got out. And saw the gigantic line and gave Geoff a heads up on that. So I just assumed you were like 5 minutes tops behind where we were. And then
me too.
When we finally actually got into the place, I was like, "Hey, have you gotten in yet? Are you on the line yet? Or in the line yet?" And he was like, "Oh, nope, I haven't even got there yet." We're like, "Holy shit."
Yeah. But because I was like looking for like the huge line that you were talking about, there was like a few minutes where I'm just walking like through people and there's no line present. I'm like, am I sneaking in unknowingly? Am I unknowingly sneaking into this? Because we didn't go, like, we went in a very unconventional way. And like, again, me and like a whole bunch of other like drivers or people that went to the event went what we thought was going in the right direction or heading towards a road that would lead to the parking, and they just blocked off the entire road for whatever reason. They had some cop there just pushing us or sending us down like another street essentially that wasn't even towards the parking. So like me, my brother, and like 15 other like strangers parked in like the fucking mall parking lot and like essentially like hop fences and like ran across traffic to get to the Santa Anita racetrack. And on the way back to our car, there was like a fucking like part of a fence cut open to get into the mall like parking lot, which me and Cheech like went through.
Then I found an underground tunnel that somebody had recently dug with their bare hands.
for real. But it was annoying getting in, and a little bit moving around. But once we found Kevin, I don't know, maybe it was just company. It wasn't so bad. I mean, the lines suck, but like, you know, this is my third time there. So I just know.
So how was your hamburger? Your Nashville chicken?
No Nashville chicken this time.
And your hot dog or whatever other lame thing you got.
So we should preface this by saying that the 626 Night Market, for people who haven't heard our exploits from previous years, they set this up where they have all these food vendors. It's like a lot of Asian food, fusion stuff, setting up booths where they're just cooking all these crazy food, and then there's like a bunch of food trucks as well. And it's a lot of weird and wild kind of food. Like it's real flashy, real gimmicky, but also super tasty. Like this, they've had tacos there, but instead of a taco shell, it's like fried cheese. So it's like crazy, super unhealthy shit like that. But it's awesome. And it's got all this exotic stuff. And Geoff is always like, oh, any of these guys got some fucking plain pizza? Like Geoff goes and just gets the most boring cracker food imaginable.
Yeah,
while
there's
there's
like
just
a lobster roll, fucking Nashville chicken. Stuff that's good and delicious, but it's not very exotic. Like maybe it's not the reason. Like that's not what they advertise on the social media, on the Instagram.
Yeah, I go there to try and like see the most exotic, off the wall stuff possible, and Geoff is just like, I wonder if they have chicken.
To be fairness, there is like a like the most exotic shit, the stuff that everyone wants has the longest fucking lines.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of strategize around this place. And that's why I always find myself just like set on a fucking I'll get the bacon wrap hot dog because I'm hungry. I need something to eat. I don't want to fucking stand in line for an hour for something I don't really know if I'll like. You know what I mean? I'd rather wait 20 minutes for Nashville fried chicken and just like, you know, get something I know I'm going to love.
But you are right, Shuddyboy. He did get a burger and a hot dog.
I did. But yeah, okay. Fair. However, the hot dog place we went to, that was, I think, you or Rent's suggestion, and they had other stuff that I got. It was a Colombian, like the place that he's referring to. It's called Huesarepa, I think, and it's like a Colombian, almost like a Colombian cornbread pancake, grilled cheese.
Yeah, they were like a new vendor, and it looked like pancakes, and it looked like it was fried and kind of greasy. And, you know, I did a little bit of recon work. I went on the 66 Night Market's website and was just eyeing up the vendors and checking out the talent. And that was listed as a new vendor. And I was like, oh, okay. You know what? That looks interesting. That's what I go to the night market for. I've never had anything like that before. It's got fucking cheese. It's got melted mozzarella in it. I'm in. And getting there and seeing it in person, they also had a pepperoni one. And I was like, oh, yeah. Fuck. That's it. I'm getting pepperoni and cheese. I was not really sure what to expect with it, and they didn't have a long line, which was surprising. And then once we got the order, and they're like, yeah, come back in like 25 minutes to a half hour, and it should be ready. I was like, oh fuck, maybe that's why they don't have a big line here.
Yep.
I was
cool. I didn't mind it.
No, because it's almost like Fast Pass. So we just went and waited in another line, and then by the time we got done with that, head back and get that food. I did not like it. It was a little bland for me. I feel like the pepperoni was kind of whack somehow. The cheese didn't feel like it was super melted. The cornbread sort of fell apart. I ended up throwing half of it away because I was like, I'm not taking up valuable real estate in my stomach at the 626 night market with this thing.
You son of a bitch! I would have eaten that other half. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but Geoff went to town on it.
And you got a wiener?
No, he got
I got
both.
the same thing as Kevin, and they have it's a Colombian spot. They had a Colombian hot dog, and
yeah, list off what was on the Colombian hot dog.
I'm interested in. Oh yeah, wait, let's Google that. Actually, I'm interested in hot dogs of different nations. My ex, she had Brazilians have their own way of eating hot dogs, or not own way of eating it. They have their own way of preparing hot dogs.
Yeah, they chew it with their ass. It's really weird.
Fuck you. So I can't even pronounce this, or I can't even spell it. Wes dog. Oh my god,
Weza Repas. That's the name of the vendor, Weza Repas.
All right, I'm trying to look for it, but yeah. So my ex, there's Brazilian hot dogs. She really loves it. All of her Brazilian homies do. So I've had this a bunch of times, and they had a Colombian hot dog. It was like either topped or wrapped with bacon. There was some like fucking pineapple sauce on it. I'm pretty sure crushed potato chips. Could be some sort of pickle there. A lot going on, and I just wanted to try it, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't something like you should be eating standing up though. Like that's the thing with Brazilian hot dogs, and I guess Colombian hot dogs. This is more of like a fork and knife food, whereas like to me, like a hot dog, right? Hot dog is just give me some ketchup and I'm good.
You should be on your knees while you eat it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I want 3 hot dogs being thrust in me at once. Objects.
So I found their Facebook page, but it says it's only the Wezarepa. There's no hot dog. Like they want nothing to do with the hot dog, apparently.
Yeah.
Go figure.
That was a little bit of a dud for me. Right where I wanted some like dim sum and dumplings. So we found one of those trucks. And that was pretty solid. They had some good shit there. Barbecue pork buns.
I found it. Okay. So our unique Perros Calientes hot dogs are packed with flavor, including creamy cilantro aioli, pink and pineapple sauces. Each dog is topped with shredded mozzarella cheese, bacon, and potato chip bits. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that good.
I mean, it was fun to bust Geoff's balls for getting a hot dog at the night market, but that was a very night market style hot dog.
Yeah,
and it wasn't just a Nathan's.
Yeah, exactly. And the burger was cool too. The burger was from an Italian food truck, and we were waiting in this line, and Geoff was like, "What was it? It was like a fellatio burger or something like that."
It was the John Turturro.
Yeah, Fartufo
like
or something.
Tarturo, or I couldn't pronounce it. So.
Yeah, so Geoff wanted the Fartufo one, and we're like, the line is slowly moving up. One person ahead of us, and a guy gets out of the truck, comes over with a marker, and crosses out the Fartufo and puts sold out underneath it. And everybody in the line was just going like, "Oh!" And Geoff's like, "Oh,
I fell to the ground."
What the fuck? Yeah, Geoff looked like a ghost ran by and just kicked him in the nuts. He just doubled over and fell to the floor. Why have you forsaken me?
So this is another thing where you maybe want to clown on me. That's fine. But I thought it was a pretty, like, not exotic, but I thought it was like a cool thing. An Italian burger grill. I didn't know like Italian burgers like really are a thing. And it's really not, I guess. But I'm on their website, ItalianBurgerGrill.com. They have a lot more like on their menu than they offered at the food truck or at the 626 night market. This place
you got a carbonara burger, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to find it. They don't even have it on here, actually.
It was good, right? I mean, you and Cheech seemed to enjoy it.
So the one that I wanted had, I think, like crispy fried onions, bacon, and black truffle sauce. And yeah, right, like when we got to the end of the line, there was one person ahead of us, and they crossed it off. But so we ended up getting the carbonara, which had like Roma carbonara sauce. I'm not very sure what that is. Bacon and maybe a mozzarella cheese. Oh, here it is. Okay, Angus beef, Parmesan cheese, bacon, carbonara sauce. But it was a fat burger, and it was really good. I have nothing bad to say about the burger. Could be a basic bitch move, but again, I am looking for something that I know that I'm going to like and that's worth waiting in the line.
Yeah.
And the way we sized that line up, it felt like a line that would last like 25, 30 minutes. And as soon as we got whatever we got at that spot, we could just walk back and pick up the food that we are waiting for. So, and it did work out essentially just like that.
Yeah. Ended up getting some gyoza. That was really good. They do like gyoza with special sauces. That's like a staple for me. I always get gyoza at the night market. And then
Shuddy, make fun of him. That's a basic bitch order. They sell gyoza at fucking Trader Joe's. Like
I don't know what it is, so I can't make any jokes.
It's a fucking dumpling. That's
yeah,
all
up yours,
Jeff.
Jeff.
A little fried dumpling.
It's a Japanese dumpling, but it's usually you eat it with soy sauce and vinegar, and this place had like all these different types of sauces you could get on it.
It's basic, bitch, Shuddy. You should be making
that
fun
does
of him.
sound pretty basic.
If you knew more about it, you'd be making fun of it.
It does sound, if it's just a dumpling with different sauces, that's pretty basic.
They always have a long line.
It's
not
probably
like
pretty good.
Fried chicken.
And fuck you. We always do Insomnita. I think that's what it's called, project.
No, you're thinking about kamsamnida, which is thank you in Korean.
Whatever. We do these Filipino sweet buns, and
I love this story. This story is
Kevin gets it. Yeah, I tell this story every fucking year. Kevin gets it every year, and I never bust his balls. It's like it's a thing that I know we do. And
so where is it from?
The Philippines.
No.
No, that's right. It is. Oh, you have one still.
Yeah.
How many did you buy when we were there?
I got 4 because they usually are pretty busy. And the move is I always go there at the end of the night, so I get a bunch to take home and eat throughout the week. And I don't want to, lug a bag around. So I fucked up. I should have just gone when we saw the line was small and sucked it up and just carried 6 of these butter buns around in a bag for the rest of the night. Because by the time we got there when we were on our way out, they only had 3 flavors left. And they usually have fucking like dozens of them. Yeah. But I mean, I got...
How many semen-flavored ones did you get?
They were all out of those. I had to get the poop one.
Yeah, the only options they had, I think, were salted caramel, banana chocolate, and maple bacon.
Yeah, I'm over bacon on sweets, so I got 1 of each, or 2 of each. I got the banana and the caramel. But they're so fucking good. You microwave them for a little bit, and this like frosting melts, and then it's just like a fluffy pastry that's almost croissant-y, but it's made with so much fucking butter. Like, it'll stop your heart.
I have never heard you say a word more douchey in our friendship than you just said. Croissant.
Yeah, he Aaron Sanchez that croissant.
Croissant.
This is what happens when you watch MasterChef.
Pretentious bastard.
Look, I feel like we've watched so much MasterChef so far. We're just seasoned chefs.
Yeah.
We know the difference between a croissant and some creme fraiche.
Oh, it's hard to do an authentic tortilla in that time.
What I love about what you've done with this
taco
is the braised cabbage you've put on here and the bed of risotto.
The cilantro is really just busting out of this taco.
But
what else did we? There's a highlight of the night, which we absolutely we're gonna get to.
Oh fuck yeah!
Is there anything else that we haven't reviewed yet that we ate? What am I missing?
Did you have any of Rent's dim sum?
Yeah, and Cheech and Jeff got some too.
Yeah,
they were good.
Pork buns.
The pork buns were solid. Really good.
You and Rant gangbanged one of those Filipino buns the next morning, right?
Oh yeah.
I think you're closer to farting in front of her. If you
Why?
guys
Because
are
I'm eating like a pig in front of
the
her.
morning, yeah. If you're eating desserts and eating like a pig in front of her, you're gonna let one off.
Well, not only that, when we got home from the night market, we fired up a butter bun. We didn't even wait until the morning, which we did have one again this morning. But
like romance.
Get ready, Shuddy. The piece de resistance of the night had to have been the dipped cheesecake. So
did you talk to Shuddy about this at all?
No.
Oh, okay, no.
So when I saw the night market website finally had their list of vendors up, I sent it to Geoff, I sent it to Rant. Everybody replied at the same time talking about, holy shit, that dipped cheesecake. And then Geoff found a reel of theirs on Instagram of them preparing one. And so I did look it up later. They did not have this flavor when we went. So they took cheesecake, a slice of cheesecake on a stick, dipped it in a vat of white chocolate.
What's the name of this vendor?
I think it's
deep cheesecake.
Yeah, Drips cheesecake.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at their
Instagram.
Well, that linked from the 626 night market.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ.
So they do have a video on their page of them making the Snickers one, which looks so fucking bomb. That's what I would have ordered had they offered it. But I ended up going with, they had a special 626 night market one, which was, cheesecake coated in white chocolate and then drizzled with strawberry, matcha, and more white chocolate, and then dabbed in like a big tin of matcha powder, which was so fucking good. And Geoff, you got the animal crackers one, right?
Yeah, I got the circus cookie one, which is iced circus cookie, like crust around a cheesecake, and then it's topped with a circus cookie. I knew exactly what it was. That's why I ordered it, and I was excited about it. Kevin kind of knocked me, and I don't think he immediately recognized what a circus cookie is. Shuddy, do you know what a circus cookie is?
No, I don't.
Oh, there's just iced animal crackers.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's a nationwide brand. I'm gonna Google it actually. Circus.
Sorry, I spaced out a little bit. I was looking at trying to figure out why the picture on the 626 Night Market's website for Yummy Hero was blurred out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a long ass link. But I just sent you the Amazon. This is you guys don't have this in stores by you, Shuddy, or you do? The Mother's Circus cookies.
Oh,
I've seen those, but
yeah. Now that you just sent that to us, I've seen those too.
Oh, they're delicious. They're fucking bomb. So it was that, but like fashioned into a cheesecake. It was just like a coating of that around a cheesecake on a stick.
So
Bomb.
I was the only person that just devoured it right there on the spot, right? Didn't you guys take yours home?
No.
Or did you eat some of it?
No. I ate most of mine. Yeah, I ate most of mine there.
Okay. Did Cheech get the same one?
No, he got the Oreo one. Or cookies
that's
and
right.
cream.
Yeah.
I don't know,
The
same
one
difference.
thing that was weird is it's definitely frozen cheesecake. So when you bite into it, it has the texture of like an ice pop.
mm-hmm.
But so Rant got the circus cookie one too. And when we got back to her place, I was still pretty stoned and had the munchies. So that was behind us firing up a butter bun. And she busted out that cheesecake and it had softened.
Right.
And
so I broke through the stick, right?
No, it stayed on the stick. But it didn't.
Okay.
It was like eating like a regular piece of cheesecake, and holy shit. I as good as that matcha one that I got was, that the circus cookie one was fucking bomb.
Yeah, dude, it was delicious. Yeah, I had some of mine the next morning, and the cheesecake softened, and The cheesecake was better, but I get why it's frozen because, you got to keep it on the stick.
Yeah.
Once you start eating it, it'll probably fall. There's a good chance it'll fall off the stick if it's like a soft cheesecake. So it makes sense. And I had one of these and I did a snack attack on it from this place in Manhattan Beach called Manhattan Beach Creamery. And they had a frozen cheesecake like popsicle, but it's pretty much the same thing. It was as well done, actually. And they're fucking epic. So I kind of knew what I was getting here and it delivered. It was really good.
Yeah.
Definitely the best thing I had this year, even though that burger was, I have absolutely no remorse about that burger.
I mean, it did look good. As much as I
one.
want to bust your balls, it did look good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm telling you, if I can
You guys didn't get any of the giant squid?
Dude, the line, that was the longest fucking line in the entire thing.
It always has a crazy line.
I'm looking at pictures on Instagram of it. That is insane.
It's enormous. And the funny thing about it is it's there every year. Always has an enormous line. This one was visibly longer than all of the other lines, which they was fucking lined out. There was a lot of fucking lines at all of these vendors, and that one stood far and above all the other ones. And people just get like it's a big flattened squid that's got to be like 2 feet long. It's gigantic.
Yeah, these are huge,
and you always see little kids running around with them, and they're as big as the fucking squid is.
Yeah, dude, that line was like breaking off other lines or like cutting through other lines. It was fucking nuts. And the one thing that I always see and always want to get and never can, it's always the line thing. You can get like whole lobsters on like a bed of noodles, I think. Something like that. And we never make that move. Is that in the same spot as a giant squid?
No.
But it's called like Lobster Damas or something like that.
There's
right?
Lobster Damas, and then there's also Cafe 949, which I think is the one that has an entire lobster split in half with the shell over noodles.
Yeah, which to me is somewhat basic. I mean, you don't see it every day, but like, lobster isn't that uncommon. I mean, you can find it in every town has lobster, I would think, but I always want to get it, and it's just the lines are always fucking intense.
If I can be fully honest, I'm a little disappointed with all of our performances. I feel like we could have at least gotten in 1 or 2 more food vendors. I feel like we cut it early.
I hope she's listening. I put that on Rent. I do.
Dude, when we left, she said she could have eaten more.
Compliments to you. Pretty girl. Very nice. I like her a lot. Hot chick.
Yeah, she likes you a lot too.
Who wants to stuff their fucking face in front of a hot chick? No one. Right?
Look.
It must make it really hard for your relationship. I'll tell you that.
We had a discussion beforehand, Geoff. I said, look, every time we go out and we have like a big meal and we eat shitty food, we always kick ourselves for it. That's not the case tonight. We are not doing that. Today is a cheat day. We pig out as much as we fucking want to. There is no judgment at the night market. And she was in agreement. And when we left, she still said, I could have eaten more. And I was like, I could pick up on it. I knew you and Cheech could have eaten more too. And I could have eaten more.
Always eat more.
And we called it. We called it early. All 4 of us could have eaten more, and we didn't. So I propose we go again in September.
I'm down. Just think about how our Korean barbecue trips end every time. Every time we get to the last one, it's like, can we do another plate? And I'm just like, I kind of just shrug my shoulder. I never say no. Like, I'm not going to be the one to say no to more meat out loud. That's not going to be a position I hold. But I don't know. I thought I was reading the room. It felt like she was kind of over it. And the other thing is, like, the vendors are kind of packing up. You don't know who's open, who's not at that point, what they have, what they don't have. And the spots that are open are usually still busy. So it's kind of like, do we want to wait in line again for another 30 minutes, or do you want to just like kind of call it?
The lines are a bitch. I mean, towards the end of the night, you're like, fuck. Like, the lines really are a big deterrent. But for the first time ever, we did close out the night market. We got ushered out by security.
Yeah, they were on last call. It was weird. Like, all right, where it felt. Yeah, it did felt like the end of felt like 4:15 a.m. in New York City. Like, all right, you guys are leaving, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
you're not ordering more, are
home.
you? You're getting the fuck out of here right now.
Did either of you scope out the collectibles that were there?
Yeah.
I didn't see any He-Man shit. I brought it up, but I didn't see any He-Man shit.
Well, I appreciate it. That's all I was asking, was that if you guys thought of me while you were there. That's all.
Oh, yeah, we were making Shuddyboy jokes.
yeah, exactly.
Guys, I heard that there's an exclusive Skeletor 626 version where he's eating a rainbow elote.
Yes, he made that joke at the time, and I laughed.
It's a great joke because he could have joined the Skeletors on the back wall today.
Oh my God, you have a wall of Skeletor now?
That's what. No, I brought out last week. I had the Battle Cats all lined up there, and today I just have Skeletors.
How have you ever had sex?
This fucking art nerd, him and his art nerd girlfriend wanted to check out all the art, like whatever vendors or exhibits. And everyone we went to, I made it a point to look for He-Man shit, and there was none there, and which had me hypothesizing, theorizing, whatever, that perhaps.
I love that you can say both of those correctly, but Filipino gives you such a hard time.
I have no chance of Filipino. I've been made fun of that since seriously my fucking sophomore year of college. One of our homegirls, actually it was my junior year of college. One of our homegirls that we drank with was Filipino, and I just butchered it every time. Never had any sexual with her, I'll tell you that. Never had a chance either.
No, dead in the water.
We're talking, but I theorize that maybe He-Man is like more East Coast thing, and maybe like Pokemon's more. I don't know. Pokemon seems more universal.
The 626 night market is overwhelmingly Asian, so a lot of the art and prints and stuff that they were selling was anime related.
And He-Man is like Round Eye.
Pretty much, yeah.
You Round Eye, I got you. You fucking gringo.
I mean, who knows? The once this Kevin Smith one launches, it is kind of an anime.
Yeah, we'll see.
So it could break through.
He-Man legacy and landscape.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until the 2022 night market to go He-Man surfing in the collectibles. Overall, though, I would say it was definitely a successful night market run. It felt really good to be back there after 2 years since our last visit. I'm ready to commit right now to going on the. Let me see. It's September. They don't even have tickets on sale for it yet, but there is going to be another one September 3rd through the 5th.
3rd's my birthday.
Let's fucking do it.
Dude, I think that's Labor Day weekend.
Who cares, man? We got to do it.
Who cares? Okay, all right. When we get there, you'll be singing a different tune, and I'll fucking tell you that. Who cares?
You know what? Let's get there. Oh no, I was going to say something very stupid.
Get there September 2nd.
Yeah. Let's camp out and treat it like Comic-Con.
Yeah,
get sleeping bags and shit.
The other thing about tickets, though, I don't. Maybe you didn't notice this, but like, you didn't have to buy tickets ahead of time. Like, there was these like cardboard scan QR codes where all you had to do was like scan a QR code as you're walking in there.
I thought that like I took them at their word that they were going to be limiting tickets and thought there was going to be such a high demand to finally get back because this is the first weekend.
Sure. And then
so I thought
LA Farm, it was just fucking chaos.
Yeah. Fucking nuts.
I came up with the idea of how about we just hockey scrum one of these treats from a little kid. So after like a person waits in line for an hour to get a giant squid, we just gank it from them right when they come out of the line.
Yeah. We're the night market bandits. We just have like Lone Ranger style fucking eyeball guards or whatever.
Like the fucking Negan of the 626 night market.
Oh, you're just brazenly beating people to death with baseball bats. Give me that fucking giant squid.
Yeah.
Where's the elote?
Who's not going to give me their baby bottle drink now?
Yeah. All right, where's the next boba truck?
You see that little kid's eyeball rolling on the floor, right? I said, give me the Wes dog.
But yeah, and Rant really did enjoy the company of you and Cheech. Yeah. She had fun.
Luckily, Cheech is very charming.
Yeah.
He balances
Cheech is as
Geoff
easygoing
out.
as it gets. Yeah. But I wasn't. It was a rare, decent first impression. I know when I make bad first impressions, and I came out of that one's like, you know what? Rant didn't hate me.
Yeah, when we got back to the car, she's like, I really like Geoff and Cheech. And I told her, I was like, it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll like me, but initially, it's a coin flip.
It might be, it might be a little rocky for a while.
Yeah, I was like, depending on like our podcast listening audience, you might hate Geoff at first, but then in like a month or two, end up liking him more than me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she ended up texting me. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Hey, let's cut Kevin out of the next night market visit.
Hey,
that
I'm
fucking
gonna watch
buzzkill.
MasterChef tonight with Geoff, but maybe we can hang out this weekend.
We got some movies in. I know.
only got one.
I know.
You guys got-
Shuddy and I overlapped on something, and Geoff and I overlapped on something.
You guys do yours first, because I feel like it's a big one.
Not necessarily, because I feel like we always save the Marvel movies for the Easter egg so we can really dissect it and get into spoilers and stuff. But since Black Widow takes place, it doesn't really move the progression of the Marvel mythology. Like, Black Widow takes place at the same time as Captain America Civil War. Because anybody who's caught up in the movies knows that she's fucking dead.
Oh, damn it. I wanted to spoil it. So just so everyone's clear, she dies at the end of Avengers 2.
Nope.
Oh,
No.
damn it.
Avengers
Endgame.
4, technically.
Wait, there was... All right.
There was
two-
Avengers, there was Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame.
I had no idea what I was talking about. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Avengers 4.
So this was kind of like it explored more of her backstory and her origins and stuff, and then just kind of explained what she was doing while Civil War was happening. And it was kind of cool. I liked it.
I will say I'm going to lead off with my rating first because some of my opinions might sound that I did not enjoy the film.
Oh, you're taking the Kevin approach.
A very craftian review to this
Oh,
movie.
nice.
But
Dicks out first. Love it. Let's go.
Dicks
Dick.
out 3.75. It was fun. It was a great return to the movies for us.
I'll whip mine out too. I'm with Shuddy. 3.75.
There are, before we even get into the movie though, we went to the AMC,
Toy.
which I have, since Kevin has started going back to the movies and shit talking AMC, I have been staunchly defending them. Staunchly. And I walked in and it was like I got the Kevin Kraft movie theater. We walk in, the guy sitting at one end of the row. The trailers haven't even started already yet. And he's already sitting in a pile of half of his giant popcorn bucket that he spilled on the floor and just sitting in it. It's like all over his feet. He's just sitting there.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit of popcorn.
Yes. So we have to
Nice.
walk through that to get to our seats.
What an animal.
And then 2 seats over. So he was on 2 seats on one side of us, and 2 seats on the other side of us were these 4 people who you could tell from the jump thought they were watching a movie on their couch like they have been for the last year and a half. And the one dude was a loud laugher anytime something happened that could possibly be construed as amusing. He was just going, ha ha ha,
Just hyping up the movie.
all, and making and talking, just full volume talking when stuff would happen. Be like, oh yeah, it was obnoxious. That did not affect my score, however.
Well, that's good. That's big of you.
Was that this movie was fucking frantic. It was start to finish. It was always in a rush to get to the next action scene, I thought.
See, I felt like the beginning, like the first act, was kind of thin with the action. A lot of talking, a lot of setting stuff up. But it ended pretty action heavy. That's pretty.
I don't think so, because I think other than the very opening scene, you have an action sequence, then you have a little bit of dialogue, then you have another action sequence, then a little bit of dialogue. And I think they went the opposite direction of Black Panther with this movie, where Black Panther had a lot of social overtones. Even though this was directed by a woman, they put none into it. It was like they were afraid of too much incel fanboy backlash that they made it part buddy cop movie, part action movie, part gratuitous shot of what Pugh and Johansson and ScarJo's asses.
Yeah, there were some butt shots.
I just think that it just felt like it was just a rush to get a Black Widow movie out, and there was not too much development. David Harbour and is it Florence Pugh?
I think so, yeah. What is it with these cute British chicks and their weird farty names? Like Florence Pugh, so hot. Brutal name combination. Like Florence, not the most sexy name in the world. Pugh, arguably not the most sexy last name in the world. And yeah, like you said, imagining poops. Odd combo, but boy are they cute. Yeah, I really like Florence Pugh. I think she's an awesome actress. I think she's smoking hot. And she was super funny in this movie too.
She was very funny.
Her and David Harbour had some good comic relief going.
She dating Zach Braff?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, and she's constantly getting shit for it.
Because he's so much older than her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, basically, I think people are playing it as like he's being a predator because he's so much older than her.
Oh, come on. We're about to talk about a Sadie Sink from Fear Street, and I had to Google to make sure she was old enough for me to say and think the things that I think about her.
Oh, geez. I don't know if that necessarily clears you.
Oh, okay. I mean, she's an adult. What are we talking about? She could vote in the last election.
All right.
She probably grew up on Scrubs, huh? Florence. Well, England. I don't know if they broadcasted Scrubs out there. Maybe that's what it is. She's fucking one of her heroes, Zach Braff, Garden State.
Yeah, still holding on to that Vespa.
Remember that time he was gonna do that podcast show, and it was a sitcom about a professional podcaster, and I don't think it lasted. I guguess you don't remember.
I don't
think it
know.
lasted more than 3 episodes. Yeah, it was going to be like, because it was a whole Zach Braff vehicle, and he's already killed it at Scrubs, and is well known, I guess, for Garden State, those two things. But he was going to do this show I think it was called The Podcaster. I'll look it up, but it got fucking canceled with a quickness. Now he's hooking up and courting a hot British chick, so good for him.
Yeah, who's way more famous than he is.
Don't tell her that.
I thought it was solid though. I went in prepared to just be like, okay, yeah, that'll do, but it was fun. Action was really good. The fight scenes were really well choreographed. Had some cool locations. It had a little bit of a Bond or Jason Bourne vibe with all the spy shit. The Taskmaster, who was the big known comic book baddie in this one, was a little underwhelming. They had like a big twist reveal that I kind of saw coming and was like, all right. But still, overall, for a movie that was pretty much just made out of fan service, like it serves no real purpose in the MCU. Aside from maybe introducing Florence Pugh's character, because it seems like she's going to be playing into either the Disney Plus side of things or more Marvel movies.
She's in Hawkeye
Okay, that makes sense.
in the whole, apparently all 8 episodes.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, yeah. There is a post-credit scene. You do have to wait
Sorry.
until
Oops.
all of the credits. We won't say what's in that post-credit scene. Just for spoiler's sake. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, there's not the usual mid-credit and then waiting through all of the credits. It's only after all of the credits. And it's nothing earth-shattering, but if you're following all of the Marvel stuff, definitely worth waiting through to see.
Apparently, Florence Pugh's got 3.1 million Instagram followers, and Zach Braff has 1.5 million. So
I wonder why. I wonder why that is.
She is slumming it.
Yep. Well,
just wanted to follow up to put a bow on that little storyline. That's the one that I'm most interested in. Black Widow is.
Have you seen the trailer for Old?
I saw a teaser trailer for it, and I think that's all I really want to see because I'll give it a shot. M. Night Shyamalan, he's had, of course, some well-documented duds, but some well-documented home runs, and I'll give that fucker a shot.
What would you say his home run to dud ratio is? Is he 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7?
No.
Better than that.
Because a little bit. I'd say
not much.
He's got maybe a 40 to 35% success rate.
So you think every 4 out of 10?
I mean,
good enough for you.
I liked Sixth Sense. I liked Unbreakable. I liked Signs.
Mel, of course.
I liked not
The Last
Glass,
Airbender, Lady in the Water.
Split, I liked.
Lady in the Water. I didn't watch this movie.
I haven't seen it either.
We're talking about Grandma's Boy. Now, so
what?
I thought, were we talking about Grandma's Boy in this podcast, or maybe we were talking about it over? Anyways, Grandma's Boy was recommended and was watched in my college house by one of my roommates, and my fucking college roommates hated Grandma's Boy, and I never watched it. I wasn't there that night. I was doing something else, and that was almost the straw that broke the camel's back. And the next movie that he recommended, which was Lady in the Water, was officially the last movie this guy ever recommended in our college house. And I remember I again missed this one, and I came back, and it was just after they stopped watching Lady in the Water, and they were killing our buddy, killing him. Like, it was apparently the worst fucking. Is that with Paul Giamatti?
Yeah, that's the one with Paul Giamatti.
Apparently, it was one of the worst movies ever created, according to my college house.
I've never seen it, so I can't weigh in on that one. But I'm willing to believe your friends. But I also liked was it The Visit? I thought that was a solid movie.
Wait,
with the one with the
Village?
No, The Visit, the one where the two kids go and visit their grandparents.
I didn't see that one.
It was good. I liked it.
So we kind of meandered here. Didn't say anything specifically about Old. I picked up some facial cues from Shuddy. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay. And every time I've said that to someone, they've been like, oh, no, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be the worst movie ever.
I don't think it's going to be any good.
All right.
Well, all I'm saying is I'll give old M. Night a shot.
I think the next movie I'm seeing in the theaters is going to be Zola.
Oh, I've heard that was good. But we watched a movie at home, Geoff and I.
Separate homes.
The second installment in the Fear Street trilogy, Fear Street 1978.
I feel like my score for the first Fear Street was that 94.
Yeah,
I think it was more. I think I wanted to like it more than I actually liked it, and I just I liked their attempt. Like the kills were cool, the gore was cool, but like the acting and like the story itself was a little flimsy. But I don't know. I had fun watching it with my brother, so maybe I gave it a higher rating than I actually believe or deserve. I don't think I'll see it again. But this one I thought was fucking legit sick. We talked about it a little bit at the 626 night market. I know I asked you if you watched it. I liked it a lot though, dude. I thought this was much better than the first one, and like more of like a legit like horror movie and story.
It was definitely more violent. So like the first one kind of had a bit of a Scream vibe with, a masked killer going around, and then jumbled in a bunch of other elements. And then this one started kind of where the first one ended, stringing along like the characters and the storyline, and it was what's her face, Gillian Jacobs from Community, kind of giving a flashback of her story of what happened at the summer camp in '78, and it turns into like a possessed axe murderer, like Friday the 13th style movie. And it was already way more violent than the first movie. Like there were some really gruesome axe kills. The one place where I will knock it is if you're killing that many people, it had a decent body count, you need to vary the kills up a little bit. Like there is one kill where the axe wielder runs up and just keeps axing this dude in the face, and like splits his face in a couple of spots, and then by the time he's finished, his head is just like a split open mess. That was fucking cool. But there were way too many just like axe swings to the chest, dead, and a little too many decapitations.
I have a different takeaway, but okay. I enjoyed like whatever. I enjoyed it.
Like I've dipped into I wrote one of my screenplays is a zombie movie, and I made sure every kill was different. Like I wanted to get inventive kills, more gruesome stuff. I didn't want to have like people get killed the same way. You get a certain amount of kills, spruce them up a little bit. Like whatever. Okay, an axe guy. You got an axe guy. He could take the axe and sort of like uppercut swing it, and boom, right into the jaw. Get stuck in the top bit, and then the bottom jaw just splits open like saloon doors and hangs.
Okay, so you're saying like literally he could have done cooler axe moves.
Yes.
Not like different okay, fair enough. I don't hate that take then. Never mind.
Like don't go to the axe to the chest well more than once. It's a boring kill.
I thought you were saying, he should have poisoned someone. I'm like, well, wait a second. He's got a fucking axe. You just murder someone with the axe. I got you though. Okay.
But they went for it. Again, it's the same vibe as the other movie. It looks and feels like a kid movie, but there's swearing, nudity, and grisly violence.
I believe, maybe this is the older I get, I hold this take more truth, or I take more passion in it, but I feel like there needs to be nudity in rated R movies. And every rated R movie that doesn't have a pair of tits, hoo-ah, then it's just a lost opportunity. And I was very disappointed that the first one didn't have tits. This one had tits. Not wonderful tits. Not a lot of tits, but tits.
I mean, the chick was cute.
Chick was very cute.
Yeah, like a stoner hippie chick.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't have a lot of bad to say about this movie. I thought it was really enjoyable. And the way they tied the first movie into it, and then the second movie, like it's cool. Like it kind of makes sense in a weird way, and like it fits. Like it's all working.
It is cool. It's fun.
What's her face is, maybe I'm tripping. I think she's like a legitimately good actress. The Stranger Things girl. What's her name? Sadie Sink. I think.
Yeah, she's good.
Sadie Sink.
Yeah, I like her. I
like that thin ginger look. Let me tell you. 19 years old though, so on the fringe. I had to dance around it until Cheech Googled how old she was. But
yeah, I got at least
really
5 years left before I start looking at her.
These kids are fucking mean though, huh? In Sunnyvale and Shadyside, whatever these two towns are.
Yeah, they're little jerk-offs, aren't they?
I can only imagine what they're going to be in the 1600s. With,
oh, man.
No media, no communication. You could just be you could just murder people, and who knows, right? And they can't, there's no forensics whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that could end up being like one of their major pranks. Actually, we're going to kill one of these kids. That'll really teach those Sunnyvale kids. Little mama needs to get out. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. When they bully people, they just boil them alive in pots. They're like, ha! Pranked! But I'm definitely curious to see.
Owned.
Yeah. Oh, you totally pwned that kid by boiling him.
Yeah, fucking pussy.
So that's the one that comes out this week. I think on Friday or Thursday night at midnight is Fear Street 1666, the biggest time jump in the series, and I'm into it. Like, these aren't the greatest movies ever made, but get yourself a big bag of popcorn, sit down on the couch, and it's time well spent. It's very fun movie watching. I'm into them.
Yeah, I look at it as like a quasi event. I mean, I'm in the comfort of my own home. I'm talking shit most of the time, right? I'm obviously picking my spots. I'm not ruining the movie for my brothers, but I enjoyed the little event, and the trailer for the next one, to me, it looks like legitimately creepy. Like, I think it's going to be a good scary movie. I don't know. Maybe everything before Cars kind of freaks me out, right? But whatever.
Yeah,
like,
that is
scary.
the Jeff Clark line in the sand. If cars haven't been invented, you really got to land strong.
Everything pre-industrial revolution, I'm kind of out on. I'm very nervous about. You can tell me anything, really.
So what was your score? What's your dick rating?
Again, maybe I'm a little in the moment. I loved it though. I gave it a 4.25.
Oh damn!
I'm sitting there as I'm watching. I'm like, this is fucking sweet.
Yeah, I'm still at a 3.75 with this one.
All right.
But consistent. These movies have been consistent so far. I'm in. I'm on board. Looking forward to. I got a traveling week coming up. I'm going back to the East Coast for my stepbrother's wedding, but I'm gonna have my laptop and shit with me, and I'm sure there's gonna be downtime where I'll be able to watch the third one and review it with you next week, Jeff.
When are you going, and when are you coming back?
So, right after we tape Crafter Jeff Thursday morning, I have to beeline it to LAX. And then I land back in LA Monday, and then I have to beeline it home to record next week's podcast and Patreon episode.
Oh, shit. All right, man.
Did we discuss recording Crafter Jeff in the morning and I'm just not remembering, or?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
But, oh, man. America's back. 626 night markets, movies. You're traveling. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Here we go. Get those boners ready. And shoot
It's
some sparklers
boner
out of the
time.
tip. Yep.
It's boner time. Shuddy, I wish you gave Fear Street a shot and we could fucking gangbang this bukkake, this Fear Street stuff.
Too scary.
I like it. I like the sheriff's origin story. That whole shit is cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in ghosts. Well, fuck it. I don't care what I saw. Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Was not a
Kid
ghost.
smoked too much reefer. What do you want from me? Join the academy. Prevent this shit from ever happening again.
Man, so Jeff has been teasing me over my recent journey into art classes.
Oh, yeah.
And man, did I have an epic fuck up recently.
Oh.
You didn't turn your homework in?
So I've been late on so much of my homework because this guy is a fucking unrelenting beast with assignments. I literally thought this was going to be a 4-day-a-week thing. This fucking guy is doubling up on assignments. Like, all right, it's Monday. There's you got to do 2 art projects today. And then late on Friday drops a surprise assignment that's due on Saturday. So this motherfucker's got us going 6 days a week. Some days are double duty. And these are not just like quick draw a stick figure.
Kevin, you're doing this to yourself. You don't have to do this.
Look, I made a commitment, Shuddy.
Get him.
You're putting yourself through this hell.
I made a commitment. I wanted to take art classes. I wanted to get better. And I bit off more than I could chew.
But you signed up for a college art class, not just an occasional one like Alex does. Like is what I think you were thinking you were getting yourself into. there are people in this class with you that are relying on it to help them graduate. This is a legit college course.
It is, but in all fairness, Rant signed up last semester to do graphic design stuff because she always wanted to explore her creative side, never really got into it. And with working from home, she's like, I can fit stuff in now. So she took an online graphic design thing and really enjoyed it. So I think it was at her suggestion. She's like, we should just take some art classes, before things really open up again and get more hectic and I have less free time. She's in the same boat as me. She's like, this is fucking unheard of. I can't believe how much work this guy dumps on us. It's a lot. And he gave us a list of things we had to get at the beginning of the semester. And then as these assignments trickle in, there's shit listed that he never told us to buy. So it's like trips back to the fucking art store, spending more money. It's so fucking time consuming. This most recent one, do you see this shit behind me on my coffee table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. He's like, okay, you need 3 cubes, 3 spheres, and 3 cylindrical things. And this is going to be a setup you're going to use for a couple of assignments. So he's like, you're going to want them all to be the same color, so get some spray paint and spray paint them so they're all uniform. So I go out and I buy some things to spray paint. I buy spray paint. Never used spray paint in my life. So
you've never used spray paint in your life?
No. So I don't know where to really set this up. So I'm like, I'll just go out to Poop Slime Alley, and
of course,
I'll set up a sheet of paper on in my parking space, set the objects up, just do a quick flyby with some spray paint, turn them all white, and then I'll bring them in and draw them, do whatever I need for the assignments. I am not familiar with the properties of spray paint, so it's not sticking to anything. Anything. There's glass, there's cans, there's an Amazon box, and it's either absorbing it or just repelling it. So I'm now getting the nozzle from the spray paint right on the fucking things, and it's like clouds going everywhere, and it took the entire can to spray paint everything. I didn't even get everything fully done. I was just like, all right, well, that's enough of that.
That one thing is definitely not white at all.
Oh, no. That's a bouncy ball I bought at Walgreens. As I'm spray painting it, the wind from the spray paint can is making it roll. I'm like, no, get back here. And then I'm grabbing it, and now my hand's covered in fucking spray paint, and it's dripping all over me. And when I finally get everything finished, I look around. I fucked up my parking space. I am definitely getting charged for this. So I go inside, and I'm washing all the fucking paint off of me, and I'm Googling how long does it take for spray paint to dry. And it's like, 5 to 10 minutes. I was like, all right, dope.
Wait a minute. I got an easy one for you, Kevin. To dodge that garage charge, you just blame that on Poop Slime Alley.
I initially thought of that when I looked around and saw, because
did you write your name next to it?
Yeah.
Well, no,
you have your own. Did you have a tag symbol now that can be traced back to you?
It left a perfect outline of. I didn't realize how far spray paint travels. I was like, all right, this is close enough. I'm not aiming it anywhere off the paper. Perfect framed outline and just like mess all around from where I picked the paper up that I laid down. I'm just like, I'll just blame this on crackheads. I look up, boom, security camera right there in the corner. I was like, fuck!
Are we sure though that it's actually
and
recording?
We'll find out.
And what makes you think that when you move out that they're gonna go back to the tape to try and figure out when that can't happen?
Yeah,
solid
the
point.
Only time they're going to see that
it was detectives, and they're just going to watch the 8 years, or they're going to 8 months worth of security camera footage.
I mean, it could be one of those things that only kicks on and starts recording when it detects movement, like one of those Ring cameras.
But again, how long do you think they hold on to that footage?
I don't know. If the fucking lady that works here that manages the place walks out into Poop Slime Alley and just happens to glance back and be like, "Oh, that's new." Spray paint all over the floor.
Fucking crackheads.
I don't know. We'll see.
You have to lie until they literally show you the videotape of you.
No,
with the spray
that was a crackhead in a me mask. He bought that off of Etsy.
Come on, you haven't seen that before? There's me masks going they're all around.
Haven't you ever seen Mission Impossible? Tom Cruise can pull his face off, and all of a sudden he's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's perfect. You should put it on Etsy.com.
Yeah.
Here's what we should do now. We should put a Kevin Kraft mask on there.
So I leave it time to dry out there. I go back and I get it. Everything is still dripping with paint because it's like glass and aluminum and bouncy ball. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. I set it up behind me, and I'm now covered in paint again. I can't get anything to stay still. The fumes are filling the apartment. I'm lightheaded, got a fucking headache. So now I bust out the drawing thing, and I'm trying to draw it, and I'm doing the outlines and stuff. Bouncy ball rolls off the table, leaves a paint trail on my coffee table, bounces and rolls across my floor, white paint smeared all over the place. I'm running there, scrubbing it off, all over my hands again. Fucking get the thing put back up. I start drawing again, rolls off again. This time I had put packing tape underneath it to hold it in place. Rips completely free. Paint all over my fucking floor again. I am fucking...
This is fantastic.
I am furious.
The worst part about this is when you get a fucking C-.
Oh my God. Exactly, because I read the instructions wrong and used the wrong material, so I had to do it all over again. And then when I got halfway through that, realized I read the instructions wrong again and had to do a third attempt.
How's Rant Rat doing with this?
She's so fucking over it. So over it.
It sounds like...
Is she handling it better than you, though? Or
No.
Could she come on this podcast and add to the storytelling?
She's more frazzled than I am.
Oh, no. Oh, no. All right.
Yeah, she's so far behind on assignments. She's ready to just... Because she did the same thing as me. Like, neither of us are worried about fucking getting detention or getting bad grades. We're just doing this...
You have jobs.
To get better. Yeah, we both have jobs. And there are other people that are in that class that are clearly in the same boat as us. But, like, I don't know. At this point, she's like, it's ridiculous for him to expect this much out of people. Like, it's drawing 101. One of our first assignments was... draw this Picasso. We were like, wait, what? Draw Picasso? It had 4 examples of like legendary artists. It was like Picasso, Da Vinci, a couple other French jerk-offs. And then it was like, and then the 5th one, create your own style. I don't know how to draw a straight line, dude. I don't know how to shade. I don't know how to draw faces. How am I supposed to, on assignment number 1, find my own style? That's what I'm here for.
It's like taking you from home ec and putting you in the Master Chef Legend season.
Pretty much. It's insane. And so other people...
I can microwave stuff. I mean, what do you want? What do you want me to do?
So on top of all of this, on day 1, we got an assignment that was going to be due the final day. And it's like, get started on this now because you're going to want to work on this 1 to 2 hours every day. And it's like a grid drawing. So he's like, submit a photo that you want to use that's important to you. Like of like you and your family and stuff, and then draw an even grid, dividing it up into boxes, and then redraw the grid, and then do it square by square. So like you really just hone in on the details and stuff, and you're not rushing through it. And we're supposed to be putting 1 to 2 hours in this when it's drawing 101, and nobody presumably has any drawing skills. Like I don't know how to do faces. I'm up to the part where I'm drawing the faces. When I finished drawing my sister, I was like frightened by it. I was like, ah! And immediately grabbed an eraser. All right,
you
fine.
walked into this one.
Fine.
You walked into it.
I'm turning my AC.
It's probably not going to be that bad. It's going to look like Sonic.
His family all looks like hedgehogs.
Look like fucking Nintendo characters. Oh, it's the anime version of Kevin's sister.
Okay. I'm going to try.
Brace yourself.
I'm going to try and just hold up the actual black and white scanned photo that I'm trying to draw. All right.
That's your sis.
Yeah.
Beautiful family. All right.
Okay.
What do you got?
So
it's going to be fucking Tails.
Joy.
Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Joy is butchered. I attempted a line of my mom's mouth and part of an eye, and I am completely faceless. And just to be fair, when I get this assignment finished by next week, I will show it to everybody, the final faces. But, okay.
There's definitely something. It's definitely an abstract of your sister's face.
Yeah, you're going for Picasso. That's cool.
Yeah, they did say to mimic Picasso, right?
I mean, the rest of it's not bad.
No,
but the faces are.
I was expecting something much, much more shocking.
Yeah, maybe this isn't what you really want to hear, but I couldn't do better.
Yeah, this is definitely. I mean, if we had to, we could find some things to joke about, but it's really not as bad as you built it up to be.
I am curious when you're going to add the other half of her right eyebrow, but outside of that, I mean, it looks all right.
I mean, you go from that.
Wait, is she missing it? Oh, okay.
No, she's not missing half of her eyebrow.
She had a half eyebrow in the regular picture. Oh, wow. She really partied back in the day.
So one of the things was, like, part of it, since we're not in a classroom, a couple of the assignments, he's like, all right, post it here, and everybody has to comment on other people's work. And I was really self-conscious about posting some of my shit, but then I saw some of these motherfuckers are phoning it in so hard. It's literally just like stick figures and a... Like, that made me and Rant feel much better about our submissions, that some people literally looks like they put 10 seconds of work into it.
Man. And if they're in the same position as you, they're just like, fuck this, huh? I wonder when they checked out of the course. Hey, dude, wait, spray paint? We got to buy spray paint now? What the fuck? I'm in drawing 101.
I know. It's preposterous. She couldn't be more over it. And I'm just looking at this like, all right, I got one fucking week left. I'm actually leaving Thursday morning, so there's definitely to be new assignments posted that I'm going to have to take zeros on. And I have to butcher my face and my mom's face and Joy's face probably today after I get the episode posted and just submit that and get whatever I get and then try to see if whatever fucking million assignments this guy throws at us this week that I can get done before I leave. But after that, it's fucking over. It's over. And we're free. And that's what I keep telling her because she's so stressed out over it. But I fucked up. I was like, you know what? After we're done with this, we're just going to go to art, like an art supply store, look at the bulletin, and we're going to go draw naked people. Only chicks.
With sick tits.
Yeah.
Come on, you're down.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, shit. We're definitely long this episode, but don't worry. Next week we will get to your voicemails. We got some voicemails and stuff. We got more shit to get to, and we got a Patreon show to do. So hit us up.
I have a topic that maybe people might want to tune in for.
For the Patreon. Oh shit!
Or maybe I'm just building up something that nobody's going to want to talk about. So
maybe you're going to ask for a
refund. You're going to have to pay. You're going to have to subscribe to find out.
No refunds.
And you can do so at patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Get some Crafter Geoff up your butt. Get an extra bonus podcast up your butt. And
Supermarket queefs.
If you want to jump to the $10 tier, you can get some Supermarket queefs up your butt. You can get Between Two Flushes up your butt. What the fuck did I just watch up your butt? Masters of the Pooniverse up your butt.
Hope you can really spread your ass cheeks.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot to go up your butt in the Patreon tiers.
Are you familiar with the term goatsy? And yeah, so check that out. If you haven't subscribed and reviewed on iTunes and YouTube, massive help if you do so. It's a big help to your homies while we're swimming in every A-lister wanting to start a podcast now. Your friends here have been doing this for a decade plus. Could use any little nudge we can get helps. And what else? Oh, you can follow us on Instagram at Kevin Kraft Sucks.
At Shuddyboy.
At Geoff Records.
At MSPH Podcast. Sad to hear, Geoff, you guys have ended Fade the Media.
Rip.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. No beef with me and the co-host Ozza, though. We're still homies. Just he had some stuff on his plate. Mostly a lot of dad duty. He's a devoted father, and his daughter's starting a bunch of sports. I think soccer and a couple others. So you want to spend a little more time on that. He, like you, enrolled in some classes, so he's doing some community college, and maybe his professor's giving out a similar workload as you. But
yeah, is he in the same art class as me?
No, I don't think he took Humanity 101, not Drawing 101.
Oh.
So yeah, we just didn't decide to shutter production, and that's what happened. So if you are interested in hearing more of me outside of the Patreon, which I'm sure you guys are subscribed to, and obviously Mad Scientist Party Hour, I do a sports betting podcast called Bet Slippin' Podcast. It's on USA Today Sports through my website, sportsbookwire.com. It's as square as it gets, though. No cursing, no dick jokes. Not yet, anyways. Maybe eventually. But just handicapping sports, talking sports. So if you're into sports at all, sports gambling, by all means, check it out. And if you could, be a homie and review, subscribe. Even if you don't listen, it'd be huge help to me. But that's what I got going on now. Thanks for shouting us out. Fade the Media weekly. But, yeah, close up production on it. So.
Yep. And, I don't know, we're backed up on voicemail, so give us a little leeway on those.
Yeah,
And
we'll get to the March voicemails shortly.
yeah. And I guess that's about it, friends. But until next time,
Is something.